Well, I heard the news. That's good to rockin' tonight. Well, I heard the news. That's good to rockin' tonight.
Hi, welcome again. October 17, 1957. That was the day that Jailhouse Rock, the legendary Elvis Presley movie, premiered in theaters all across the United States. And, well, I thought since today it's 60 years ago, I do a special on Jailhouse Rock to pay tribute to the film and the song because they're landmarks. Jailhouse Rock was filmed between May 6 and June 17. It was Elvis' third movie.
Personality in the modern world. Yet here is an Elvis Presley you've never seen before. Vince Everett, dynamically portrayed by Elvis Presley, was a tough blackboard jungle kid who became even tougher under the influence of his jailhouse cellmate. A terrific performance by Mickey Shaughnessy.
I'm an animal in a jungle, and I got a motto. Do unto others as they would do unto you, only do it first.
Do it first. That's right.
Jailhouse Rock is the astounding success story of this rebel with a voice that rocked the world.
I guess it's just because you were so square. Baby, I don't care.
Jailhouse Rock is also the love story of this rebel.
How dare you think such cheap tactics would work with me?
I need tactics, honey. It's just a beast in me.
The fires of violence still raged in Vince as he fought his way to fame and fortune in the exciting world of popular music.
Don't leave me now. Going through a party in the county jail. The prison band was there, they began to wail.
And then came Hollywood.
Oh, Vince, let's try it again. Vince! How do you like our movie star, Peggy?
He has adapted very quickly.
Well, there's not much oxygen up where he is, and the man gets lightheaded. Tramping on me is one thing, Sonny. Hurting a little girl like Peggy is another.
Now, just don't you go getting no ideas, huh?
There comes a time when you gotta take a hand in things, and that time is now.
Don't push me, huh?
I'm gonna beat hell out of you.
Don't try it. You're talking crazy, man.
You know you got it coming, son.
I said don't try.
Okay, Jailhouse Rock is a story written by Ned Young, and the film was directed by Richard Thorpe. And there were great supporting roles from Mickey Sotheny and Judy Tyler. And Judy Tyler, that's quite a tragic story, really, because only 1 month after photography was finished, only 1 month after that, she died in a car crash. When she left the set of Jailhouse Rock, she and her husband, she was only 24 years old, she and her husband decided to drive back from LA to New York City because she had to be in a television show. And, well, why she didn't fly and had to drive. But, well, they were in Wyoming, and then a car crash ended the lives of both Judy and her husband. So that's a very tragic story. And Elvis, when Elvis in Memphis heard of the death of Judy Tyler, he was like devastated. That's what we read about it. Jailhouse Rock was a very controversial film back in 1957. Elvis played Vince Everett, a teenager, and he got into a fight and is eventually convicted for manslaughter. So he ends up in jail, and well, he learns how to play an instrument, a guitar, and well, he learns to play rock and roll. And overnight, he becomes a pop star when he gets out of jail. That's basically the story. Now, what's so controversial about it is that audiences in the 50s were not used to heroes being bad guys, being convicted criminals. So, it also is rock and roll, basically. The 50s were, in the 50s, we saw a huge separation between teens and their parents, their former generations. They had to broke loose, and Jailhouse Rock, by any means, is rock and roll all the way, in music, but also in morale. It breaks loose. It's like a story that wasn't there before, and it appealed to teenagers in that way. So it's also a very important monument of a time where teenagers broke loose and basically built the foundation for the 60s and the 60s music, in which all conventions were thrown aside. So both in pop music history and also socially in the United States in the 50s, both the film and music played a very, very important part. Socially, Elvis was a symbol of a youngster breaking loose, and musically, well, he played music that was from another planet. Jailhouse Rock is the summum of rock and roll, and if you see the dance scene, then you can only see Elvis being crowned as teen favorite, well, probably the most important rock star of that time, and what we learned later on from the decades after that. Well, musically, the film was of very high quality, and I've got some original releases from back then. This is the extended play, a 45 RPM disc with 4 songs on it, and Jailhouse Rock, Treat Me Nice, the single release. Okay, Jailhouse Rock features some excellent rock and roll. And of course there's the title song, Jailhouse Rock, Baby You're So Square, I Don't Care. Treat Me Nice, the flip side of Jailhouse Rock single. And all 3 were written by the composers duo, Jerry Leiber and Mike Stoller. They're absolutely brilliant. And they sensed the atmosphere of the 50s. Well, the generation of teens wanted to break free. And they transformed that in some great rock and roll songs. And even today, you can't get it any better. Most songs are classics, and they build a new standard with their compositions. So it's a joy to listen to. But not all songs are written by Jerry Leiber and Mike Stoller. There's the gorgeous You're So Young and Beautiful, written by Abner Silver and Aaron Schroeder. And there's Don't Leave Me Now, also written by Aaron Schroeder and Ben Weisman. So Elvis had excellent material to work with, and that showed. Also in the charts, because Jailhouse Rock became a #1 hit, of course. It would be ridiculous if it wouldn't be a #1 hit back then. It would be 7 weeks up the charts on #1. Later on, Rolling Stone magazine decided that Jailhouse Rock was one of the 500 best pop songs, and it was like, I think, 67 on the charts. So that's quite remarkable. And in many ways, like I said, it's a milestone. It's a monument of the 50s. From Jailhouse Rock, there are many versions. The movie version as well differs quite a bit from the single version. And then 50 years after the recording session, the stereo tape were found. For the first time, we could hear Jailhouse Rock in stereo. Well, what an experience. Because before that, we only had mono tapes to listen to, and or mono recordings to listen to from the 50s. And the stereo, the original stereo mix, adds real dynamics to the song. So it's something you should really hear and compare. What's the best source to listen to these recordings? Well, if you're a fan, I should go for the 2 releases on the Follow That Dream label. Now, the Follow That Dream label is a collector's label by Sony Music, and over the last decade they released the entire soundtrack and all the outtakes of Jailhouse Rock on 2 sets, 4 discs in total, and that's this one and this one. And well, then you've got all you need. And it's probably not, if you're an average listener, all those outtakes can be boring, but if you're a complete lunatic like I am, then it's the holy grail. Okay, that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and if you like what I'm doing, then subscribe to my channel and like my videos and tell your friends, and also watch the 1972 Burning Love episodes, which I'm uploading in the next weeks, because it's very well, I'm working on it right now, and it's very promising, and well, I would enjoy some response on it. It keeps me going. So thank you for your time, and until next time, bye.
Elvis has left the building. I've told you absolutely straight up to this point, you know that he has left the building. He left the stage and went out the back with the policeman, and he is now gone from the building.